Welcome back to Brazen Brits. I am Natalie, and once again Laurence has been in the rig for the last 3 days. So I'm getting a little bit of deja vu here, but really hoping that the office is done and we can finally complete that series. So let's go and find out what he's been up to. What are you doing? Have you even done the office?
Well, it's nearly done.
The LEDs?
Most of them are done.
This week's video?
Haven't started it.
So what on earth are you doing?
Did some stuff. Looks good.
It really makes me wonder.
And Natalie's going to explain what we're doing today.
No, she's not.
What are we doing today, Natalie?
I know, you're hammering some wood and making battery stuff. Electrics and wood.
Okay, wood and electrics. So today we're doing wood and electrics.
Not a day goes by without an injury here at the Brazen Brits house, and somehow Laurence managed to saw this ruler, which kicked back and hit him in the thumb. So now his thumb is swollen up. And he's in an immense amount of pain. So Laurence, what did you do?
Hurt myself.
Again? If we go a couple of days without incident would be nice.
Really bad though.
It is really bad.
Not really sure what happened. I don't even know if you can see this. It looks very dark on the camera.
No, I can see.
See my nail on the finger. It looks a bit better now. But I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. I don't know exactly what happened, but I was cutting a bit of wood for the frame for the inverters, and I had my metal ruler. Hold on, let me get it. So I think what I did is I measured the wood and then I put this under the bit of wood and tried to cut it. So from my point of view, it was fine. I was just cutting a bit of wood like a bit of 2x4, and anyway, so it snapped that and somehow struck me.
Struck you
on my thumb. So anyway, it really hurts. Can I put this back in now?
Yes, let's carry on.
So Natalie has no idea what we're doing because I'm actually doing it with my brother Mark, who's come over for a vacation from the UK and is paying his way by helping me do this. So we were given 400 amp hours from Unowix. So thank you very much. They are, well, first of all, they're half the price of Battleborn batteries. So we do have a single Battleborn battery. They also have the BMS and everything like that, and that's where Battleborn are the leaders in the market of lithium batteries. So anyway, I thought, well, let's try it. So we went for Unowix to see if anything's different. I will say, everything I can see about them is they're identical to the Battleborn ones. They just don't look as nice, but they're half the price. So anyway, I haven't even used them yet. We're going to see what we're doing, but thank you, Unowix, for sending that. The only problem is I did have to buy a whole bunch of stuff, which I would like to thank Todd from the NRVTA for, well, 1, supplying the stuff, and 2, helping me with how I should wire it up, and 3, actually, he changed my plan. I sent my plan over to him, and he had a look and said, no, I'll do this. And so you're going to find out what that is. But thank you, Todd, for all the advice and everything. It's been very helpful, and for supplying the kit as well. So that's what we're doing today. So we're going to make, well, here's the other thing. We don't have a 5th wheel, so we don't have a huge basement to do this. So we have a small space under the bed where we need to get everything in. So we are trying to be very space conscious because we have 2 places where we can store stuff, our front storage bay and under the bed. So we're taking one of them away. So me and Mark are going to figure out a plan on how to get everything so that we can fit it in and try and make the most use of the space. I love it when family come out and visit, because what we're doing here is we're actually running, we have to run 3 cables from the fuse box to under the bed where everything's going to be. Okay. So we have 1 from each inverter. one from each inverter, and then the third one is the main feed, so it goes into the inverter, splits and comes back to the fuse panel.
There's loads there, I think.
All good? It's a tiring work watching them. So I don't know if this is the same for other trailers, but I thought, as this is like a 4-season thing, so you can camp in winter, I would expect that the tanks underneath, the black tank, grey tank, freshwater tanks, would have been above the insulation to stop the cold air getting up, but they're not. So you have the underbelly plastic with a sheet of metal, not metal, like foil sheeting, then the tanks, and then the insulation is in the floor, so it's essentially 2 bits of plywood with some polystyrene in between, and that's the flooring insulation. So a bit disappointed with that, really. I thought the tanks, but that would make sense. I've seen some YouTube videos of people putting tank heaters around them, so that would make sense, but I just wish I'd put the insulation under it. So whatever, just bear it in mind if you're going camping in the cold in a Grand Design. Having said that, I have found the pipe, so the heating pipe that heats the underbelly, and it's right next to the freshwater tank, so obviously when you turn the furnace on, it just pumps a bit of air down there, and where the bottom of this is up, it's not actually a big space under there, so maybe that's enough. I don't know. Seems like a waste though. God, you guys are in for such a treat today. You're getting a bit of everything. So we've actually been given brand new gas stop units. You can tell the difference between the old ones and the new ones, because the new ones actually have a well, they say RV gas stop on them. Now I did ask what's the difference, and they've actually increased the flow rate before they shut off, and the reason why, that people who had on-demand water heaters were finding that this was cutting it off because it uses so much propane. We don't have that, but we are going to swap these out because maybe one day we will. However, the other thing is, and I don't know what we're doing with the old ones yet. Natalie's talking about maybe doing a competition. They still work fine, they're fantastic. They work perfectly if you don't have an on-demand water heater, so we might donate those out. The other thing they've done, they've come up with a grill version, which I've been asking for a while. And so this is actually a lower, it will cut off at a lower rate because it doesn't need as much propane. So this is specifically for a grill. You can use this for your Blackstone or whatever, or we actually have a home Blackstone, a bigger one that we have in our house in Florida right here. So I'm very excited to install this as well. So all of this, in fact, the only place you can buy the grill one is on Techno RV, of which we are affiliates, so we'll leave a link below. They run offers all the time, so make sure you use our link, and then any offers that come through, you should be able to use that. But you can get any of them from Techno RV. You can only get the grill one from Techno RV, so go and check that out. This is how far we have got. We have our 2 inverters, so I went for 2 3,000 watt inverters, which I haven't decided whether I'm doing them parallel or series yet. I think we're going to do, no, I don't know, because I've been watching a few things, but you can configure them anyway. What we're doing now is wiring it up, and then we'll get onto the configuration some other time. We also have a splitter box, so basically here's how it works. When you have 2 inverters, you bring the 50 amp cable in from the thing, it goes through our power watchdog, then it comes into this central bit that we made. I say made, we bought the components from Home Depot and put them together. Then that will split it, so you have 2 lines coming in, that will split one into each inverter, and then they do their thing. So we've got this built. So the reason why we built this frame is because the batteries will live underneath. There is some ventilation. Lithium batteries really don't need that much ventilation. You don't want them getting too hot, but they don't specifically need ventilation. It's just temperature you need to worry about, but there is enough ventilation under there, so we're putting the 400 amp hours underneath this stuff, and then this will live on top. That's as far as we've got. So now we just need to do the wiring here rather than trying to do it under the bed, and then we need to wire up the batteries and then connect it to this, and it should be that simple. I say that, there's some other stuff I bought as well, so let's get on with this and then I'll show you the other stuff. I thought I'd show you quickly how to make up one of these massive battery cables, because I don't know why, I was a little bit nervous about it. So first of all, you obviously need the cable, then you need these ends, and then I've got a little bit of shrink wrap here as well, and then you need the crimper and a knife. So the first thing is you take the sheathing off, measure this, make sure it's going to fit. Might need a little bit more. Let me just try this. Oh! Alright, didn't hurt.
Okay.
Didn't hurt.
You keep injuring yourself at the moment, so.
I know. Try try and get all the strands in there. So it sits like that. This is where I might need your strength, Natalie, instead of mine. Okay, get this in here. Totally overcomplicated that. Right, so you have to make sure it stays down there. This is much easier with another person, but...
Do you want me to hold the wire?
No, I got it.
Okay.
You got the camera. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
And then you use... Oh, come on.
You got this.
Come on!
Yes.
Okay. I invested in a new tool, Natalie.
Mm-hmm. What a surprise. You get new tools for
heat
every
gun.
video. Decibel meter.
I'm getting myself back up to 300 pounds of
weight of tools.
right.
Yes.
Just a heat gun. So you just put, all I did was throw the heat shrink over this. So I'm going to get this right to the end because I don't want this properly protected. Nice. So then don't put the heat gun down on the soft floor. So basically, I reach over here, that's how you make up the battery cables with that huge battery thing. It's fun. It's good, it's easy, it's fun. Love it. Alright, so I'm at a stage now where I want to turn it on and try it. I've got everything connected on the battery side, so this is not connected to the 50 amp. But I believe it makes sense that it should still work. Do you think, Natalie?
No idea.
No idea. That's how interested she is in this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power, and then we have the fire extinguisher right behind Natalie. I'm going to do it. Ready? She's looking for the fire extinguisher. it's over by the door, I know where it is.
Okay.
If anything sparks or smokes or fires, video it. Oh, don't hide behind the door. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, battery power is live. There is no lights. Oh wait, look! The Cerbo's working. That's flashing. So I'm going to turn the inverters on. Oh! I'm doing it! I'm doing it! I don't know what to do now.
Okay.
But it works. Nothing is on fire. It's not smoking. So one thing I'd say quickly, people say if you don't know what you're doing, get someone who does. But how do you know what you're doing without, like, how did they know? They weren't born knowing it, so...
Probably went to school, learnt
Like-
degrees and stuff, Laurence.
Well, maybe, but probably not. But my advice to you, for the sake of this video, is if you don't know what you're doing, go and find someone who does. You don't want to mess with electricity. Or you can do what I did and just study up and find out how it all works and what everything does and what you need and how it works together and understanding electricity. I didn't get a degree in this.
And rope your brother into it.
Actually, my brother did most of it, I'm going to be honest. You're right. But yeah, I mean, like, if you don't know what you're doing, either learn it and then figure it out yourself, which typically in my case costs me double because I normally break it before I do it, and then I either figure it out or I end up... Let's cut a minute and then I'll just check what that noise is. Okay, we're back. It was just an alarm because I haven't connected the AC power up, so I need to do all the configuration and everything, but this is pretty cool. So it's saying it's off, which is fine, so everything's not actually coming through, but the power is working, so there is power going into it because it's all powered up. So now I need to connect this to the Wi-Fi, and then I can bring my laptop in, connect my laptop, and there's some configuration I need to do. I think I'm probably going to do that later on or tomorrow, only because I'm not really sure what I'm doing with that configuration, so there's a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to have to research with that, but I'm very, very happy that this is on and working. I do need to thank Mark, my brother, and and Nicole for helping do most of the actual manual labour, and then also Todd from the NRVTA for helping me out. Yes, I bought the kit from him, but he gave me much more support than what he really had to. And also a special thank you to Unowix. Your batteries are working perfectly. I apologise for taking so long to put this video out. They did send them to me for free, and it's just taken us so long to get all of this kit in and working. They've been sat in our garage. But the good thing is, I said it before, they're like half the price of the Battleborns. They have a built-in BMS. They look very, very comparable. They don't look quite as nice, sorry. Unowix, the Battleborn cases look lovely. But they've been sat in our garage for about 6 or 7 months. Maybe even longer than that. And they are working fine. I actually did a voltage check as well, and they're at like 13.4 volts. Okay, so I've completed everything. It's all connected. I have not turned it on yet for 2 reasons. One, my brother did a lot of the work, and I thought it would be rude to go ahead and turn it on and do the grand unveiling without him. So I'm going to FaceTime him really quickly. So there's a few things. I'm going to walk you through it and turn everything on. So, hello Mark.
Hello, we're just getting to the end of a path. It's a bit windy. We'll find a bit of shelter.
Okay, you're live on Brazen Brits, so not live, but you're filming. Yes. So I'm going to do the unveiling, Mark. So I'm going to turn you down a bit, and then I'm going to go and switch everything on and walk us through it and see what happens. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Yep.
So first of all, I'm going into the house. I'm plugging in the shore power. So obviously this is our house, but when we're at an RV park, that would be in the pedestal. Then I'm going to go over. I'm plugging the power into the rig. Okay, it didn't blow up yet. Right, now let's run around to the rig. Flick you round, Mark. Okay, stage 1 is good. So the power comes in from the shoreline and goes into our Hughes, what do you call it? The bulldog thing. I can never remember the name. It looks really cool though. Right, it is white, which is good. If it's red, then we have a problem. Right, so that is good. So that then goes all the way over to under the bed. Oh, yeah, the lights don't work because it's not on. It goes into this box. This box is fused, it's off, and then this splits into the inverters. Okay, so there's 2 lines. It goes from 240 to here, 120 to each of these. I'm going to turn this on. Oh, there's your handiwork, Mark. Okay, I can't see what the lights mean though. No, I think it's booting right now. I hope. This is the first time I've done this. I have disconnected the 12 volt. So the 12 volt is off. Okay, I have a choice here. I can turn, Mark, what do you think? I'll give you a call. Do I go and turn the fuse panel on so it feeds power to the rig, or should I turn the 12 volt on?
I think do one thing at a time. I'd go and put the fuse panel on.
Okay, Mark says do the fuse panel. Okay.
Then introduce the battery.
Okay, I'm going to turn the fuse panel on. I don't know what's going to happen here. Probably nothing because I don't do inverters.
All you're using is AC.
Okay, ready? Thing. Okay, well, nothing blew up. So what I am going to do, let's come back through here. So we have the screen here. So if I turn the 12 volt on, I believe this screen will turn on and we can see what it's doing. So okay.
On your Bluetooth to the Link's distributor.
No, because I needed that 12 volt on. Okay, the screen's booting up. So one thing I haven't done is I haven't actually programmed this, so that could be why. I probably need to do some programming on this. Oh, okay. there is expected devices error. So I've broken something. So there is no AC load. Nothing from batteries. Okay, I'm going to check this, and I think it might just be the configuration. I hope. I'm certain all the wiring is right. So, give me a second, I'll be back. I did it. So I connected the laptop up. You need to buy a Mark III dongle. Quick tip, I had a problem with this, and thank you to Todd, again, from the NRVTA, because I emailed him and he came back with the answer. It's really dumb. But if you are configuring these, disconnect all the other Ethernet stuff. Even the ones connecting them together, just have one Ethernet cable from your laptop to one of these, and then it tells you what to do. Unfortunately, it just, as soon as I told it what I wanted it to do, it went straight away. I thought you'd have to apply the settings or push the configuration up, and it just worked. So you missed the grand reveal. After all of this, only I got to witness it. So anyway, this is working. So as you can see, let me show you quickly. I haven't played around with this too much, but this is basically, it's using the power here. So we're using a whole bunch of AC load because I've got the AC on in there, and it's bulking up the batteries. Again, the Unowix batteries, fantastic. I can't believe they still have a charge. But here's the test. So the main power comes in here. So let's pretend that we have a power cut, or we cut the power. I can hear the AC. So when I turn this off, it should then go onto the inverter and start pulling from the battery. So, bang, instant. So you can see on here now, it's just pulling from the battery and sending that to the rig. So the AC didn't even drop, it didn't do anything, it just flicked straight over. So that's fantastic. So we're now running the entire rig just on batteries. There is no shore power coming through at all. I would definitely recommend having a fuse box here if you're splitting your thing, by the way, because that's really handy having this here. So let's go back to normal mains power. It does take a little while. I say a little while, maybe 5 seconds to switch back over. So you'll see it's on the inverter. Flick the main power on. Takes a little while to think about it. There we go. Now we're back on mains power, and we're charging the battery again. Well, I need to stand up because my legs hurt. But thank you for watching. I know this for you, this has probably been maybe 15-20 minutes, hopefully, if I can edit it down to that. But this has been a week-long project. I've been doing it in and out of working and things like that. Thank you to my brother Mark, thank you to Todd from the NRVTA, thank you to Unowix, thank you to Natalie for her patience whilst I've been working on this every single evening. Thank you to Nicole. Anyone else? Thank you to Mike for moral support. He's stood behind Natalie right now. I'm very happy about this. I have a lot of tidying up to do and putting things back together. Then I need to find another project, or Natalie's going to make me...
You need to finish the other projects that you've started. We don't need to start another one.
We'll see. Alright, well, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If you notice anything that I've done wrong, please let me know in the comments. I'm sure we've done many things wrong, but anything you think I should change, please let me know. But I've done enough research, I think it's definitely safe. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I'm going to put a video up here that I think you will enjoy. If you found this useful, hit the thanks button. Hit the like button, obviously, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the join button if you'd like to become a Braziere and support Natalie and myself. We're a couple of tits. Alright, we will see you next week.